We made a conscious life decision, a moral choice, to do something that puts others first. Initially, it gives us a really good feeling. All we need from here on is to have the power of God to guide us forward. Sounds great, but easier said than done. Here's the problem. No sooner than we decide to take a stand, then doubts creep in. Was it the right moral choice? We could easily kid ourselves. It's those nagging, gnawing doubts. It seemed at first as if we were walking in an enchanted forest. We were bathed in the light of God's love. Now the light has turned to night, and it's a cold and unfriendly night with its own terrors. What happened? What went wrong? What can we do? As a Methodist minister, I've seen hundreds of Christian folks struggle with this. Here's a true story. One young man, sincere, in fact very earnest, decided he had to become a missionary. It was God's will, he said. Of course, he was very pleased with his decision, and secretly pleased with himself. He set out on a great missionary adventure. But his mission was a complete flop. He lost his head and his heart to a woman. It was unrequited love. More than that, he infuriated her parents, who ran him out of town. Later in life he did marry, but that turned out to be a sour relationship. His original mission was a total waste of time. He acknowledged that. He came home declaring himself to be a failure. But he wasn't going to give up on the original moral choices all that easily. Somehow they still felt right. He kept working away at them, but never was life easy because of those decisions. For example, he had a good university job, but totally alienated the academic community and the student body. Why? Because he thought they wasted a lot of time by not applying knowledge and wisdom into life situations. He called them triflers, that is, lightweight in wisdom. He didn't like that at all, and it got him into a lot of trouble. He eventually resigned his fellowship. So the initial walk at the enchanted forest became a lifetime pilgrimage on a very hard road to walk. It sometimes took him into violent situations, threatened by mobs out to injure or kill him. On the way, he was vilified by many clergy from his own church and other churches as well. He rode the gallows cart with prisoners condemned to die by hanging. He trudged in the snow as an old man, collecting for the poor and the orphans. He encouraged poor people with a message of hope. And among his many remarkable writings is a particular sermon that speaks to me. It's called Working Out Our Own Salvation. The Reverend John Wesley practiced what he preached. He learned how to do this over a lifetime. This sermon needs some translation from 18th century English to get its points over today, but the principles are timeless. Here's how to overcome those nagging doubts about the path you've chosen. Or as he put it, transfer the working out our own salvation to this business of life. First, God works in you. Therefore, Wesley says, you can work. You can work with God in your enterprise. He means don't let failure get in the way. All kinds of initial enterprises, adventures, and missions don't work out. But God weaves the experience itself into a greater work. Second, and even more importantly, Wesley says you must work with God. He's put it not as an imperative, not as a command, but as a necessity. And he backs that up with a very famous authority from the early church, St. Augustine. He that made us without ourselves will not save us without ourselves. Our life has become a necessity to God. All lives and all life become necessities to God. It's a powerful insight. It's the foundation of wisdom and practical theological reflection. So what are the practical lessons for your life decisions? What's needed to help you with your moral choice? We learn from John Wesley's life what to do. This is how I see it. Wesley worked out his own salvation, his own solution. He understood Christ as doing the same. He encourages us to do the same. It takes time, effort, perseverance. If we keep working with our moral choices, we find God does show us new paths to follow. The light shines in the darkness. The enchantment of the forest by day becomes our radical amazement with it during all lights and seasons. This sermon and some others provide a framework for theology which speaks at depth. It addresses the human psyche, the soul. Wesley has given us the deep psychological insights of a theology of prevenient, justifying and sanctifying grace. We'll examine these next time. They are game changers. Thanks for watching, and please join me again next week. You can also subscribe to the channel and then get notifications of our live on-air hangouts every Sunday evening, 1900 hours New Zealand time.